This is the Brewers POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Milwaukee Brewers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
How do you feel, Brewers fans? Yes! Moving on. The Brewers sending Craig Counsell, the trader, and the Chicago Cubs back home, back south to Chicago as they get the victory in Game 5 tonight. This one by a final score of 3-1. How are we feeling, Brewers fans? How are we feeling? Welcome into the Locked On Brewers POSTCAST. My name is Brandon Snide. You can follow me on X at Brandon_Snide. So much to get to this evening. So much. I am amped up, you guys. We are going to keep this show rolling tonight. I am ready to run through a wall. The Brewers got me hyped this evening. NLCS bound. Game 5 victory over the Chicago Cubs. 3-1. We'll talk about that. Chad Patrick, Jacob Misiorowski, Pat Murphy, pulling all the right strings. We are going to talk about everything that transpired tonight for our Milwaukee Brewers. An absolutely fantastic game. A perfect game from Pat Murphy. We'll talk about that in the clutch home runs. They said, Ron Darling said, we can't do this. You can't win without hitting home runs. Well, we did it without winning home runs. Then we won with hitting home runs. And then tonight, we send the Cubbies packing to Chicago by hitting home runs. Ron Darling, stop telling this team what they can't do. They proved everybody wrong all season long. We'll talk about that as well. And if you can't tell by now, I'm ready to go. And your thoughts, your reactions, your opinions, and of course, you know it, baby. You know it. Your celebrations on the program for the first time in 7 years. The Brewers clinching a playoff series, and boy, I don't know if it's ever felt better than it does right now for yours truly. I'm telling you, there's nothing more I hate than anybody or anything or any team from Chicago. I cannot stand their professional sports teams, and they are moving home thanks to our Milwaukee Brewers. Let's get into it. And again, you guys are welcomed all show long to get to your thoughts and reactions. I promise I will go through them. We'll go a little bit longer today if we have to. Not a problem this evening. And we celebrating moving on this gorgeous Saturday evening as the Brewers beat the Cubs. And what do you know it? The first inning, once again, Trevor McGill getting the start for the Brewers. I thought that was interesting. I'm not doubting Pat Murphy anymore. I had some questions about the lineup. I'll own it. I'm not questioning it. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was not risky, but I thought it was different. He goes with the closer for the opener. Trevor McGill shuts him down in the first inning. Then William Mother Bleepin Contreras. Once again, if there was an NLDS MVP, him and Chad Patrick would be co-MVPs because he's been absolutely fantastic. William Contreras, it is. Another home run in the first inning. Gets that place rocking at American Family Field, if it wasn't already. Brewers go up 1-0 in the first inning. Seiya Suzuki off of Jacob Misiorowski, who came into the second inning after Trevor McGill shut things down in the first inning. And Seiya Suzuki homers off of him in that second inning. But that would be it. That would be it for Jacob Misiorowski. A clean rest of the second inning. A clean third inning for the Miz. A clean fourth inning for Jacob Misiorowski. And what he did prior in the series, I believe it was game 2. And once again, another fantastic performance from Jacob Misiorowski. But then the game would be tied at 1 apiece. And then the Brewers would come up to bat in the fourth inning. And without further ado, your turning point in a 3-1 win.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Andrew Vaughn. I mean, if Matt Arnold doesn't win Executive of the Year, fine. If he does, you can point the finger to Andrew Vaughn move that he did earlier in the year. Andrew Vaughn, 383 feet to left field, giving the Brewers the 2-1 advantage. That would be it. That'd be all they would need. That'd be all they would need, guys, and we'll talk about why. But that would be all that the Brewers would need in this one. We would see the Brewers. We would see Pat Murphy empty out. Not even a ton of. I mean, he left Jared Koenig in the bullpen, right? We saw Jacob Misiorowski for 4 innings. We saw Aaron Ashby for an out, a bit of a struggle. The 6th inning for the Brewers too. That could be. You could point that at. Put that on Twitter at Brandon_Snide. I put that as maybe a turning point. Aaron Ashby would allow 2 guys to get on base. Chad Patrick would enter after getting only 1 out from Aaron Ashby with 2 guys on and only 1 out. Chad Patrick, that's an underrated turning point moment in this game. Chad Patrick was able to maneuver out of that inning, and that dude, I cannot say enough good things about Chad Patrick. You guys, you everydayers have known when the Brewers signed him, or I shouldn't say signed him, when he was brought up, I thought that he was just a difference maker for this team, especially at one point because they just didn't have a ton of arms. And Chad Patrick was just awesome in this series. Listen to these numbers for Chad Patrick. 4 1/3 inning. This includes this evening. 4 1/3 inning in this entire series, but this evening as well. These include those numbers. 0 hits. Chad Patrick allowed 0 hits, 0 runs, and had 6 strikeouts. And that 6th inning was an underrated part in this game for Chad Patrick because it felt like in a moment that might have been a momentum swing, you could say, for the Brewer or for the Cubs, who looked like they were threatening. I mean, 2 on with less than 2 outs, ideally, theoretically, yes, but Chad Patrick got out of it. So an underrated part for that game. So he gets out of the 6th. Then that brings us to the 7th inning. The Brewers once again shutting things down on the Chicago Cubs side, and then Bryce Terrain. I mean, if you've been paying attention, and I know all you guys have because you're all diehard Brewer fans like me, and you're having a time of your life this evening. Bryce Terrain needed this in the worst way. I mean, at one point he was 2 for 18 in this series. He was 1 for 4 this evening, and just an absolute moonshot from Bryce Terrain, and it had to feel so good. 416 feet out there in dead center field. Just, man, did that feel so good. And I knew in that moment, the way that this team was going, the way that this bullpen was pitching, the way that the vibes were feeling, that was going to be enough. And I'm going to get to it in a minute. We'll get to the player of the game. I'm so amped up right now. I'm so excited for this Brewers team. Chad Patrick, an inning and 2/3, he shuts things down. And Abner Uribe, 2 scoreless innings, not even allowing 1 hit. He allowed a walk, so only a base runner, and that would be Michael Busch. And I think you'll take a walk for Michael Busch as opposed to hitting a home run. Jacob Mizorowski technically getting the victory today. Those 4 innings pitched, man, I'm telling you right now, you combine those 3 scoreless innings that he had earlier in this series, that's 7 innings, guys, of only 1 run ball. If the Brewers have that Miz and that confidence, and that's starting to grow for Jacob Mizorowski, that's a whole nother level that this team that they haven't even gotten to yet, right? Keep in mind, when Miz went on the IL late in July against this Cubs team, who is now heading home, pay your tolls on your way back into Illinois. But after he went on the IL, he just wasn't the same, right? It was just kind of figuring stuff out. His control was a little bit wild. Man, if they unlocked all of that in the postseason, look out, because this is a completely different Brewers team with Jacob Miz, with a confident, a controllable, a happy, a just dominant pitcher in Jacob Mizorowski. It's a completely different aspect for this team going forward. Abner Uribe, as we mentioned, getting the save, shutting things down. The Brewers going on for the 3-1 victory. Man, does that feel so good to say. It feels so good to send those Cubs home. I don't know. I'm a Wisconsin sports fan. I know I'm a Wisconsin sport fan. I know a lot of you probably are as well. I do not know the last time I felt this good after a win, like after a playoff win. I'm obviously, you go back to 2018 when the Brewers went, so close to getting to the World Series. And man, it was such heartbreak last year. And the 4 Uke signs at American Family Field, do it for Uke, the Brew Magic. Like, I don't know. I'm so proud of this team. I'm so happy. They're not done yet, right? We're not done yet, but they're not. And for them to win the first 2 games in this series and kind of cruise to 2 victories, and then kind of hit a road bump in Chicago, right? The lineup changes a little bit, and you're not getting good starts from Quinn Priester, who will play a big role in the Dodger series. I can promise you that. But you're not getting a good start from Quinn Priester. Jose Quintana comes in, looks good, and then you just couldn't get anything going offensively in that Cubs series. He had 3 hits in game 4, and then you return home, and all the pressure was on the Brewers. All the pressure was on this Brewers team. You go up 2-0. 91% of teams that go up 2-0 in a 5-game series win that series. This was all on Milwaukee today, and they responded. Murphy had everything going, pulled all the right strings. We'll get to the player of the game. We'll get to the things you're talking about, and you're damn right we're going to get to your thoughts, your reactions, and I better see some of your celebrations on the other side as the Brewers are moving on. They knock off the Cubs tonight in Game 5 of the NLDS. This one by a final score of 3-1. Today's victorious Locked On Brewers postcast is brought to you by FanDuel. The NFL season is officially here, and FanDuel has an offer you do not want to miss. Right now, New customers can bet just $5. And if you do, you get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet, put $5 down, and if it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Whether you're a casual fan or you love diving into the stats, FanDuel makes the game day experience so much better. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com to download the FanDuel app. The Brewers will beat the Dodgers in 6. Maybe you want to put it on that. Maybe I said that out loud. Maybe I'm putting that into the universe early. But what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com to download the FanDuel app today to get started. Once again, put that first $5 bet down. If it wins, you get $300 in bonus bets. Today's Locked On Brewers postcast is also brought to you by Rugiet. You've probably heard of Viagra or Cialis. Maybe you've even tried them. But if you're looking for something beyond the usual pill, it's time to meet Rugiet Go Long. And that is exactly what you need. It's not just another ED pill. It's a total game changer for confidence. The process is simple, guys. Connect with a board-certified doctor 100% online. And if prescribed, your treatment ships discreetly right to your door. If prescribed, once again, you meet with a doctor, 100% online, super easy. It ships right to your door discreetly, no worries. You're ready to level up your confidence in the bedroom? Head to Rugiet, RUGIET.com, and use promo code LOCKEDONMLB for 15% off your first order. Once again, Rugiet, RUGIET.com, promo code LOCKEDONMLB. A 3-1 Game 5 victory for our Milwaukee Brewers. The Cubbies are heading home down I-94. Losers, their season is over. The Brewers are moving on. They'll welcome in the Los Angeles Dodgers. We talked about this Brewers bats. We talked about William Contreras and Andrew Vaughn and Bryce Terrain and the bullpen. Let's get to your Locked On Brewers postcast player of the game after that 3-1 win.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Pat Murphy, guys, tonight. We're going to have 3 tonight. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to get the cats out of the bag. We're going to have 3. But we're going to start with Pat Murphy. 1A for me. Every string that Pat Murphy was pulling worked. Every single string that Pat Murphy pulled was the right one. You start Trevor McGill. He gets out. The Cubs have scored in every first inning of this game, guys, up until this evening at American Family Field in Game 5. Trevor McGill shuts things down. Boom, confidence right back into your team. Then you're not trailing, right? Like, how good did it feel to not trail? And oh, by the way, in the bottom half of the first inning, then you hit a home run from William Contreras, and all of a sudden you're up, right? Everything that Pat Murphy did, he went back to the lineup from games 1 and 2 where the Brewers averaged 8 runs per game. So he went back to that lineup. Everybody in their spot, I feel like they were comfortable, right? I thought there were good things. The bottom of the order was good. Caleb Durbin, 2 for 2. I thought Joey Ortiz, I know he didn't have a hit, but he had some good contact. Again, Joey Ortiz with the bases loaded. You want him to come through. It's okay. The Brewers get the victory. We'll move on. But I thought Pat Murphy tonight was everything that this team needed. The calming voice in the clubhouse, the confidence, giving the speech before the game. I can't imagine, I don't know if we'll know exactly what was said, but you can imagine just by listening to him what was said for Pat Murphy in front of that team. And then 2 players tonight. 2 players get my Locked On Brewers postcast player of the game, as well as Pat Murphy. Jacob Mizorowski and Chad Patrick. You guys, I know that the home runs were great. They're absolutely fantastic. They were much needed, right? You hit 3 solo home runs, you get the victory. That should automatically put you in contention. But Jacob Mizorowski was lights out. And Seiya Suzuki had a great home run, right? Had that solo home run there in the second inning. It wasn't even a really great or bad pitch from his, just a better hit. Like, Suzuki did exactly what he had to do and made a good swing on a pitch that wasn't even, it's not like he missed, right? It was in the lower half outside of the plate, and Suzuki caught enough of the ball there. So you got to give him a little bit of credit. But Jacob Mizorowski just, again, gets the win tonight. All he does is get victories in the postseason. Apparently he won. I think it was game 2 as well. 4 innings pitched, just the 3 hits, just the 1 run, a 1.29 ERA right now for Jacob Mizorowski in the postseason. And the guy that continues to just be amazed. I'm just so amazed by him this postseason, right? It's been an up and down year for Chad Patrick. He was great to start things off, kind of hit, a little bit of a roller coaster, but Chad Patrick tonight gets you out of that jam in the 6th inning. That was an underrated part. If the Cubs just get 1 run there, like, that obviously changes a lot of things, ties the game back up, and things are a little bit different. Aaron Ashby getting a couple guys on base. Chad Patrick going in there and putting that fire out. You know, we used to see Nick Mears do it all year long. Chad Patrick's been that guy out of the bullpen, and he has been amazing, you guys. He has been simply amazing. Chad Patrick, again, I'm seeing some comments come in. Steven, I see your comment. Let's see. PD, I see your comment as well. And if there was an NLDS MVP, it'd be very hard because William Contreras has been great. Chad Patrick's been great. Jacob Mizorowski's been great. Like, those are the three names. Jackson Churrio's been great, right? And fantastic for this team. Those are the three names immediately that come to your head, and you're just like, man, where would they be without those guys? Jacob Mizorowski, 7 innings pitched during this series, you guys. 1 earned run, 1 mistake from Jacob Mizorowski, and the Brewers. It didn't matter this evening. He gives up that second solo home run in the second inning. The Brewers pitching only allowing 4 hits this evening. Again, Trevor McGill getting the start, Jacob Mizorowski for 4, Aaron Ashby was out there for a 3rd, Chad Patrick in a 2-inning save for Abner Uribe gets it done for the Brewers. This one by a final of 3-1. Moving on to the NLCS. Now, after the dust has settled, the things you'll be talking about tomorrow after the Brewers knocked out the Cubs.
This is what you'll be talking about.
We got to stop doubting the team, guys. And I'll be guilty. I'm gonna raise my hand, and there was doubts that crept into my mind. There was worry, there was anxiety, there was a little bit of panic that got into my brain after they lost 2 games into Chicago, and I doubted how they could respond in Game 5. The Dodgers are probably going to be the favorites in this series, and that's fine. I hope that's the case. I really do. I hope they're the favorites. I don't know if the lines are out. I don't know if FanDuel has the lines out right now. I'm assuming they're going to be the favorites. Every time this team gets doubted, they have proven us wrong all year long. Not just tonight, all year long, guys. Wake up tomorrow. Celebrate this one. Enjoy this one. Soak this one in. If you got to go on social media, I got a handful of bookmarks on Twitter that I got to get to from the Chicago people in the Twitterverse. I will get to them tonight. I know they're probably watching this evening as we celebrate our team moving on. Enjoy this one. Soak it in, rub it in, do what you have to do. When this all settles, this Brewers team can and will beat the Los Angeles Dodgers. They have the team to do it. I'm not doubting them anymore. I don't think you should either. I don't think many of you are. There was a little bit of worry for all of us, but this team just continues to prove everybody wrong. The Brewers have a great opportunity to start the NLCS at American Family Field and get off to the right start and get a victory, maybe get a couple of victories before heading out to LA. This Brewers team can beat this Dodgers team. They absolutely can. They absolutely can. And I could not be more thrilled to have a handful of more shows with each and every one of you. And without further ado, your thoughts, your reactions, your celebrations welcomed on the program after the Brewers knock off the Cubs in Game 5, sending Trader Craig Counsell home 3-1. Brewers win. I'm so glad Pat Murphy's on our team. And I know I mentioned Craig Counsell there. I'm just so thankful for Pat Murphy. I'm so thankful for the guy that guy for leading this team. He is just one of a kind and the perfect manager for the perfect team. And you beat the Cubs, who looked great. Those games 3 and 4 looked like a completely different team. And you grabbed a hold. You know, Pat Murphy said, believe in these guys, believe in them. They've responded all year long. And he's right. He's right. He's right. And that's part of the things you'll be talking about tomorrow. Believe in your team. Let's begin with Glory Days Sports Consulting, who's been an everydayer all year. He says, Ms. Player of the Game, Wild Bill for keeping the pitchers focused. Power of friendship. Now on to the NLCS. Outdoorsman Show. I love it. We need to work on getting more guys in, but I love it. Player of the Game goes to Ms. Terrain, Wild Bill, Vaughn, Uribe. I don't have any I can't disagree with any of that. I think that's absolutely all fantastic. All fantastic. I think each one of those guys played obviously pivotal roles in all of this. Michael over on YouTube. In the end, a series win is a series win. So happy to be moving on to the next round. This is going to sound hyperbolic, I'm sure. And I know 82 was great. Hear me out, guys. Hear me out real quick. This is the biggest playoff win in Brewer history. I know. You're going to tell me, well, they went to the NLCS in 2018 and they went to the World Series in 1982. I get it. Understand it. Nobody expected this. Nobody expected this team. Nobody expected this run. You're going up against Craig Counsell, the guy that essentially looked you in the eyes and said he can't win here. He's got to leave. You were up 2-0. The series was tied 2-2. All the pressure was back on you. Everything was seemingly not going in your favor. You haven't been healthy. You're losing a little bit of the momentum. Everything going against you. You couldn't go up 2-0 and lose this series. That the pressure, you knocked out the Cubs. You sent your division rival home. All of that, I think, adds up to the best post. Maybe not the most, greatest, victory, but I think the best feeling of victory in the postseason for this Milwaukee Brewers team. And again, maybe that's a little hyperbolic. Maybe some of you are going to yell at me in the chats, and I will welcome it. But for all of that, of the storylines in this series, and for a team that nobody thought could do it, and here we are talking about a victory. Everydayer Jacob, who's been here all season long, McGill coming in to pitch the first, was the winning move by either manager tonight. Sorry, Choke Chicago. That's a great one, Jacob. I like that one. Choke Chicago. Yeah, and that's why Pat Murphy gets my postcast player of the game. Leaving Abner Uribe in there, right? And it kind of worked out. The Cubs had a couple of righties in the top half of the ninth, but you could argue maybe Aaron Ashby wasn't the move, but Aaron Ashby's been so freaking good, you guys. Like, he's been so good. In the month prior to this series, he didn't give up a run since September 9th. He's been so good. So I understand why he believed in Ashby. I understand why he wanted him in those big moments. But you go back to game 2, giving Mizorowski the ball with a 3-3 tie ball game, and Murphy hands him the ball, and that 3 scoreless in that game, and now he gets the victory, his first postseason appearance, and he gets a win. His second postseason appearance, Jacob Mizorowski, today goes 4 innings and gets the win. All he does is win, apparently, in the postseason. Maybe he can start every game in the NLCS. Pat Murphy was fantastic tonight. Absolutely fantastic. Everydayer Ryan, postseason isn't the regular season, so no, I may know unless it's a blowout, which the Brewers are not in those. And tonight was not a blowout. But again, they can win. They can win in every single way. We've seen it. Cody and Everydayer all season long. I am so overwhelmed right now with happiness. I love this team. I tip my hat to the Cubs. For tonight, but my Brewers, baby, NLCS bound. Bring me LA. Yeah, it was a great series from Chicago, right? We'll rag on them. We'll make fun of them. We'll yell at them. A lot of credit to the Chicago Cubs. It was awesome. It was a great series. It's why I go to maybe the biggest, best postseason victory for this franchise, right? And then hopefully you have more, right? Hopefully you and I are sitting here talking about clinching the NLCS and getting to the World Series. Hopefully there's more to talk about this team this year, but this was something else. This was a roller coaster series, right? Going up 2-0, you think you're in cruise control, then the Cubs get the next 2, and then you're not feeling great, and then you're like, man, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to feel going into game 5 and who's healthy, who's not. And you do it by hitting the long ball. Ron Darling is going to be so mad tonight. So mad, Ron. Sorry, you got us for a few more games. Everydayer Dan, it is so satisfying to have confidence in our pitching heading into the NLCS. Only 1 walk and great location all night. Yeah, and Chris Conroy, I think that's his name, Chris Conroy. I hope I have it right. He was the home plate umpire tonight. Yes, I did have it right. A little weird of a zone tonight, I thought, from him, but yes, the Brewers were great. And again, Mizorowski was great, right? He wasn't up there throwing 104, 105, just perfect though, right? Was hitting those triple digits when needed, but he was hitting the corners. He was staying low in the zone. His breaking ball was great. Everything was moving on for the Brewers pitching staff. But again, a lot of that credit too. And one of you guys pointed out in the chats was William Contreras. William Contreras was also a big part of that. And I completely agree with that. William Contreras has a beat on these pitchers. He's perfect exactly for this team. Everydayer Jeff, only 3 teams have swept the Dodgers this season, and 2 have won the World Series, 2004 Red Sox, 2006 Cardinals. Can the 2025 Brewers keep it going? Boy, we sure hope so. I absolutely hope so. This Brewers team I don't want it to end. I just do not want this season to end. I don't think it's going to, but man, I'm having so much fun talking about this team. I'm having so much fun talking about our Milwaukee Brewers team. Everything that we talk about all season long, it's been such a roller coaster. It's been injuries. It's been losing streaks, so many winning streaks, so many ups and downs. And you have a series against a team that beat you in the regular season 7 out of 6 times, and then you turn it around and and win the first two, then lose the next two, and then have a nail-biting finish today. I was not comfortable until I saw Andrew Vaughn catch that ball from Joey Ortiz, the final out Chad Kelly's bat. And then I saw them celebrate, and then I finally started to relax. So it's been one of those days. I haven't eaten yet since this morning. I will calm down after this show, but I also don't want the show to end. Like, I don't want it to end. I don't want to leave you guys. I'm having too much fun talking about this. It's just absolute, man, does it feel good. Go back to Cody's comment. It just does feel so good. Everydayer Charles, who's been here all season long. Charles, shout out to you, man. Thank you for being a part of this show all season long. He says, Patrick saved the game. He absolutely did. It's an underrated moment in this game. I put it on Twitter. I said, put a pin in this inning. I think there's going to be a moment we come back and look at that inning where 2 on in the 6th inning, and it could have went either way. Like, obviously it went the Brewers' way, but if the Cubs get a big hit or a walk or something, like that changes everything for this game. And again, Chad Patrick was just so good, man. So freaking good. Everydayer Nick, another everydayer who's been here all season long. Nick, you're the man. I appreciate you. He says, this is all capital letters. So if those are not on YouTube, all capital letters, you just beat your division rivals in the postseason. Good night, Cubbies. Good night, Craig Counsell. Amazing. I love the reaction, Nick. I love it. You're absolutely right. Man, does it feel great. Everydayer Landon, he says, let's go. We are going to the championship series. The Brewers beating the Cubs this evening. Man, it was a tight one. I enjoyed it. I watched it with my 9-year-old. I think tonight we created a core memory. He watched every pitch. He's just like me. He rides the roller coaster. I'm sure he's just like you. He's only 9. He's going through all of the emotions as well. Matt over on YouTube, Brewkerai, drop money on a 2025 Brewers postseason new era hat. I saw those. I think you're talking about the hat. Man, did those look good. I think I'm going to get in on one of those. I did see them. I thought those were really cool. So I'll definitely be checking it out. Absolutely fantastic stuff. You guys all rock, man. I can't appreciate you guys so much. You guys are amazing. You're amazing. You're just like this Brewers team who are moving on to the NLCS after a 3-1 win over the Cubs in Game 5. It has been so much fun sitting here talking about playoff baseball. And guess what, guys? We're not done yet. The Brewers moving on, sending the Cubs home. The Brewers moving on to the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'll be talking about it starting next week. I cannot wait. My thanks, man, to so many thanks to all of you for tuning in, for following me on social media, for giving me some advice, some comments, your celebrations, just everything. I mean, it's been such a fun year, and the Brewers beat the Cubs to move on. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to not only beat the Cubs, but I'm thrilled to be able to continue this show moving on next week, talking about our favorite baseball team, 4 wins away from a World Series. 4 wins away from a World Series. Great one tonight, 3-1, 3 solo home runs for the Brewers. The bullpen, Jacob Mizorowski, Chad Patrick, lights out. Abner Uribe, lights out. A standing ovation to all of them, including Pat Murphy, man. Thank you, Pat Murphy. Thank you, Brewers. We're moving on, baby. You guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. Go Packers tomorrow. Tune into Locked On Packers after the Packer game tomorrow. We'll have a post-game show for you after that game. I don't know if it'll be as fun as this one. I don't know if I'll be as amped up. Hopefully that means the Packers win, but we'll see after so much fun tonight. Again, my thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in. Friendly reminder, if you guys missed any part of the show, you can go back wherever you get audio podcasts. You can download the episode. You can listen, Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon. You can go on YouTube where we're live right now. Almost 500 of you tuning in right now. Thanks to each and every one of you, all of you, for tuning in. Do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button. Smash it. Boom. Hit it. Be done with it. Then make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Get all of our content, including with my guy, Chuck Freeman. Get all of our content also free over on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter as well, at Brandon_Snide. I got to get to those Cubs fans that I bookmarked. I got some receipts I got to go cash out, so I'll be busy doing that this evening. My thanks to each and every one of you guys. Thank you for always making Locked On Brewers part of your day each and every day. And win, lose, or draw, boy, does it feel better tonight as the Brewers knock off the Cubs. They do not lose, they win, and boy, does it feel Great. We're moving on. We got more games to talk about, and we'll break them all down. Win, lose, or draw. It is always go Brewers. Have a good one, everyone. See ya.